is Curious Joyce, and today I will be diving into the show called Minx on HBO Max. If you haven't heard of it, I go more into what the story is about in my last video. I also talk about the show Miss Marvel and Black Lady Sketch Show and all of the good things. A couple of the shows I mentioned are out now, so I'm gonna probably talk about those like he's expecting. If you want to hear about it, let me know down in the comments. So for today, this show is a lot, and I've only watched one episode, so what I'm planning on doing is finishing the season and then coming back with my thoughts. But so far I've watched one. I know that the season finale has already happened, but I like taking my time. I like savoring it, so today we're going to talk about the story, the main points, and my predictions for the show called Minx. So first, let's dive into the story. Meet Joyce Brigger, an inspiring magazine editor who wants to make the first ever feminist magazine. Mind you, this takes place in 1970s Los Angeles, so the publishers at the pitching convention didn't want to hear that. That's where we meet low-rent publisher Doug Renetti of Bottom Dollar Publications. He wants her to pitch her idea to him, but she doesn't see past his business card and the idea of working at a porn magazine. So, she says no, till he shows up at her job at Teen Queen to tell her, hey, come meet me at this diner. She says, what? You think I'm just going to meet some rando at a diner? She does. Subplot. Her boyfriend Glenn is a dick. Joyce was late to meeting his parents for dinner because of the pitching convention, which, according to Glenn, he thought she would give up on. It is established by the posters on her wall and her eagerness to get her idea picked up that she's been working on the Matriarchy Awakens for a while now. He doesn't directly say so, but he alludes that he'd rather her settle down and just be a homemaker. She says, you're not making me choose, are you? Between the magazine and him. He's like, well, it's an obvious choice. She agrees, so they break up. Good riddance. He comes back later in the episode. At the diner, Doug says he read her magazine and likes it. She had dropped it on the way out of the convention, and that's how he was able to get it. Joyce is surprised and questions him if he wants to make her magazine. He's like, yeah, but in a different way. He uses the analogy of giving a dog medicine and peanut butter. Medicine being the feminist undertone and the peanut butter being the male nudity. She still seems meh about it. Joyce mentions to her sister how the meeting with Doug went and how he's offering her a big budget and full control. She's still hesitant, as it is a porn publisher. Her sister is encouraging her to go for it because it's a good opportunity, regardless of the type of content. But she sees it as revolutionary. Joyce doesn't see it yet, though. Joyce has her first day at the new publication, and doesn't really go well. She didn't really like the pitch meeting. She doesn't really like it because, still a porno magazine. The pitches weren't going to change, so it's Joyce that needs to change. Now the next day is interesting. She comes to work to see a line of men out the door. She asks Doug, what's going on? Who plans a photo shoot in one day? He's like, we do. We have momentum. So this part, y'all, my eyes have never seen so many eggplants. The title of the episode is not like a schwatz right in your face, if I'm saying that right. But there were so many. You get an eggplant, you get an eggplant, and you get one too. The show is rated mature, but I wasn't ready. The day ends with the crew meeting Shane, the fireman, dressed in just a coat. I repeat, just a coat and shoes. You thought that was the end of the eggplant montage? Well, here's one more, for good measure. The receptionist had told him that's what he needs to wear, so that's why he came in basically in his birthday suit and a jacket. An earthquake happens, and he goes to jump on top of Joyce to save her from the falling ceiling light. He says, I'll stay here in case of an aftershock. She's like, that's fine. Well, we have found our centerfold. The crew goes out drinking, and she gets home around 7 a.m. And who's there, waiting with their judgy eyes with a box? Glenn, the ex-boyfriend. He's worse than before. He's judging her for a current pursuit and leaves her with her box of things. She goes back to work to assist at the photo shoot, and she's not happy. Shane is dressed up as a literal fireman. The shoot was too on the nose for her. It's corny, and she walks away from set. As she sulks on the couch, her sister comes over and brings her an Easter basket full of goodies and a Cosmo magazine. Guess who's centerfold? Burt Reynolds. This validates what Doug has been saying. Women do like having access to nude magazine. It's leveling the playing. Joyce realizes that this is something women do want, goes back to Doug. She admits he was right, and has a new centerfold idea. In order to flip the script and still have a nude centerfold, the concept is now Shane, dressed as a construction worker, with the ladies of the publication dressed in suits, catcalling him. Minx is born. So that was the first episode. Main points. Well, I love Jake Johnson, and I hope, and I really, really hope that this show makes me continue to like him, but if he's a convincing enough actor to make himself a character that I start to not vouch for, then that just proves his skills, to be honest. And so that's my point number one. Number two, Glenn is a dick. I haven't liked him from the get-go, and the way he talks to her, it's just like, are you her boyfriend or are you trying to control her? Which one? Which one? You know? And also, I just feel like, just based off the first episode, it's kind of saying, number three, opportunities come in all kinds of shapes and forms. So at first, Joyce was like, no, I don't want to do this. This is too crass. This ain't for me. This ain't for me. It is, though. Like, I really hope that she continues with this publication and doesn't get picked up by somebody else. Because, hello, they saw you first. They saw what you were trying to put out into this world, and they understood your vision, but also understood, let's give it to people in a more digestible manner. Nudity, for some reason. Nudity. But that's just the way it is. And so now for predictions, these are just guesses of mine, and I didn't read any articles, I didn't watch any videos on interviews with the writers or actors. These are just my personal predictions, and let me know in the comments if you agree or you disagree. So number one, I predict that, like I said, a different publication will try to pick up Joyce and try to take her from Bottom Dollar Publications. I feel like it takes getting attention from somebody else for a company or a person to be like, actually, I do want you. Like, as you may or may have not seen at the convention, nobody wanted her idea. And it's probably because the way it was presented, but still, out of everybody, one person said, give it to me. I'll work with this. And so I really hope that she stays with Bottom Dollar, but I do think somebody would try to take her. Number two. Now this one, I'm not really sure, but it's been done before in a lot of shows and movies. Glenn might want her back, or vice versa. More likely, Glenn might want her. And that's just going based off of repeated storylines and subplots from other shows. That's just how it happens. Exes typically come back, and they're like, baby, come back. I was wrong. Come back. But he was convincingly a dick in this first episode. So maybe he will let bygones be bygones and just keep it pushing, or he'll just be like, I messed up and I do want you. But honestly, their relationship wasn't convincing to me anyways. If it was a relationship, it was more so of him trying to mold her into what he wanted her to be, while she had this vision which he didn't even believe in. So that's really all for my predictions and the storyline and the main points of the show Minx. Are you watching the show? If you are, let me know down in the comments section below. And also, if you've seen my last video, what other shows would you like me to talk about? I'm planning on also watching He's Expecting, Black Lady's Sketch Show, and of course, Miss Marvel. Alright, and so if you want more food, film, and TV content, go ahead and subscribe, like the video if you like the video, and as usual, stay curious, my friends.